It's already 20 years on stage. It was so quick and so rich in the same time. When I trying to remember when I was 20, I just wanted to sing, and it was quite easy for me to find my first contracts, thanks to Jean-Claude Malgoire, Gérard Laine. And then when I was a student, I already experimented the stage very quickly. I have been very lucky. I have to say that I always had the chance to record what I really wanted to record. I had a lot of freedom to choose the music, to choose the groups, to choose when, and a lot of joy also to build programs who were more than just arias, ready to tell stories to people, different music I really liked, make discover to the audience music, less famous music, and then all these things I've been very lucky. Then now sometimes when I say if it had to stop tomorrow, that won't be such a big drama. If I had to re-record one album, that would be probably the Caristini album. Not because I'm not happy about it, but I was very young, and it's probably one of my most special albums because I made a lot of researches on Caristini, this famous castrato. We recorded this album with Emmanuel Haïm and the Concert d'Astrée in Paris, and it was very joyful. And I remember that was very particular because Emmanuel was pregnant, I think, for 8 months, and it was a big challenge for her. That was very intense, and probably there are some areas in this album, particularly the Handel ones, I would love to re-record 15 years after. Difficult to really know what inspires you as an artist. Many things. I would say first, curiously, of course, I'm a singer, but I'm not only a singer. I play the piano, I play the violin, and I'm still listening a lot of symphonic orchestral music, concertos. I remember my first Baroque shocks were, of course, like a lot of countertenors, James Bowman, Alfred Deller, but also Andrea Scholl, David Daniels. But I wasn't listening only countertenors, and I was listening a lot of mezzo-sopranos and sopranos. What is very difficult as an artist and is to resist and propose something very sincere. What makes you finally a great artist or an original artist is to stay yourself. When I was young, probably I wanted to sing like others, and more I'm starting to try just to be myself and accept what I can do and what I cannot do, and not trying to do more than I can do. And I think it's like an actor. You know, sometimes when you are young, you as an actor, you can overplay, and when you are a young singer, you can oversing. The goal I have as an artist is clearer now than 20 years ago. I remember, of course, the first time I was singing Nerone in L'Incorazione d'Epopea. I was very young, I was not much more than 20 years, and this crazy part, Nerone, and when I sang the last duet, Pour Timiro, at the end, I thought, I want to do that all my life. This is really what I want to do, be a singer on stage. And then I remember this very funniest moment about a recording we had with Cecilia. I think it was the first. And we had to travel in the mountains in Switzerland, and I was already sick arriving at the recording session. And everybody was super excited and honored to have Cecilia with us. Andrea Marcon, the orchestra, everybody was ready. When she arrived in front of the microphone, we had an electricity blackout, and we didn't have electricity for 1 hour, and then we didn't know if we could record, and everybody was super stressed. And of course, Cecilia was super patient and very joyful, we could say, and finally, by miracle, we could record. What is very comfortable in a way to have recorded so many albums, for example, these last 20 years, is that finally I can have an overlook about all the programs, what I already recorded, unknown pieces, famous pieces, and what I have still to record, because of course the idea is not to do the same recording all the time. On the future I want to record maybe more famous pieces of the great repertoire, but maybe also more crazy things. As a countertenor, I'm very happy because of course I recorded a lot of albums about Baroque music, but I also created contemporary pieces like an opera of Callas Arellao, or this beautiful sonnet by Marc-André d'Albavie. I want to do that more in the future. I want to do more piano recitals also, and why not maybe pop and jazz things. Really, I started to do crazy things with l'arpeggiata, with Christina Plouard. Then to celebrate this 20th years on stage, we decided to make a second best-of. The first best-of was The Voice in 2012, and what I really wanted is not to finally find the same arias. It's really a second one, finally, because when I made the list of all the recordings I did between 2012 and now, it's quite a lot between the albums, the recitals, the operas, the contributions to other albums. And then I will make the choice myself about all the track list. And like I did for the first best-of, I really wanted to propose also new recordings. And then the idea is really to choose what I think it is something important in my discography, because many reasons. It can be because I was in super good form for this special moment, or this aria has been very special in my career, very important. Then it is quite a personal one. If I have to give an advice to myself 20 years ago, I would say follow the advices of your teacher, don't be impatient, work technically, trust your sensation, your physical sensations. But in a way, I would say a second advice, because we always say, oh, these young singers, they are always jumping steps, and they always want to do things that are too difficult for them. I think it's also, when you're training, you have to be crazy. You have to take risks, because sometimes it's a way to learn a lot also about yourself.